So we'll be moving over to our live camera demo with this pinhole covert camera, and we'll be covering the different AI that's on it, how to set it up, the best placement, and also some tips for installers when using this camera. So as you can see here on our screen, we do have the camera up in our showroom. This is a live image. So what we'll do first is we'll go into our remote setting, and then from here we can go to event settings. And you can see that this pinhole camera, while it is very small in size, it does have the full array of our AI features. So everything from face detection, human and vehicle, license plate detection, line crossing, perimeter, loitering, everything that we offer on our main cameras like our 8 megapixel fixed lens, this pinhole camera also does support the same AI. So we'll start off first with face detection. So this camera is capable of doing face detection. So if you're using one of our 16 channel or above NVRs, you can also incorporate that with face recognition. So any faces that are captured from this camera using the AI, it'll be stored into the NVR's database, and then you can do face recognition on that point. So this could be used for retail theft. As long as the camera is placed correctly and at appropriate height. If the camera is a little bit too high, since this is a 2.0 millimeter lens, you might not get an accurate face capture. So you just have to make sure that your placement is correct with this. But with that being said, once you do have the correct placement, correct angles, everything is all good, you will be capturing faces accurately. And then, like I mentioned, in your NVRs, you can use that for recognition, for theft, and then also get notified whenever someone who was flagged, let's say you put them on a block list, whenever they come back into the store or the location where this camera is set up, the monitoring team would get notified of that person, they're back in the location. The second thing would be pedestrian and vehicle. So this one is pretty standard. We have all of our options here. For pedestrian and vehicle, you can set up your custom zones, your detection targets, sensitivity, all of that, pretty simple. Everyone knows what human and vehicle detection is. Then we have our license plate detection. This one, I would say for this camera specifically, may be a little bit harder to do given that this is mostly placed indoors, but it does have that option for it. And then you can do line crossing and perimeter, loitering. So basically what we're saying here is even though this camera is very tiny and used for covert, you still can use all of our AI features depending on the scenario of where you're mounting it. And another thing we would like to cover is the audio function. So this camera does have an external audio microphone connection that you can connect your external mics to. And let's say you're using this camera, for example, in a drop-down ceiling. So the camera itself will be in the drop-down ceiling. However, if you're like in a retail store, for example, those drop-down ceilings may be too high for the microphone to pick up anything. So what you can do is just use a extended audio line, and you can basically route the microphone to wherever location you need it to be to pick up that specific audio. You can do that for the camera on any option, and then if you go into your video parameters, you can also adjust the audio output and input volume as well. This camera specifically doesn't have any speaker volume, so that one we don't have to worry about. We will just mainly focus on the input for the microphone. And then you also have all your other features like your arming, disarming, your general network settings, multi-user. You can create up to 7 users to access the camera individually, each with their own permissions. And then everything else is pretty standard, which everyone knows about. Another thing to mention is if we go into image control, it does have WDR. So again, for those areas where it may be a little bit too bright with those lights in retail stores, you can also enable WDR for this camera to balance out those light levels. And so that would cover today's live demonstration for the pinhole camera, and we'll take it back to Austin for our Q&A session.